talk about another great aquatic plant. This plant in front of me, this one, this is Ludwigia Repens Rubins. This is one of the larger, reddish varieties of Ludwigia. I have also found that it has broader leaves compared to the normal Repens ones, which is over here. I have planted both of them next to each other so you could sort of see the difference in the reddish shade. This is by no means the finished look. I just didn't provide it with that better growing conditions. Let's just say that's why this plant is a bit not as red as it could be. But yeah, this plant can be really deep red in color when it's provided with better light and CO2 injections, but it would probably do just fine even without CO2. As a matter of fact, if you are planting a low-tech tank and you want a plant that would sort of complement or provide that reddish tinge inside the tank, despite not wanting to invest heavily in a high-tech setup, I guess this is one of the best plants you can have. It's very hardy, it's very easy to propagate. It's a stem plant. You just cut it and you plant the cutting back, and from that cutting it just grows. It's similar case with all other stem plants. It also is very not very demanding. It's basically same as repent, but you would just providing it with better lighting conditions and perhaps iron fertilizer and stuff. Like the case it's with red plants, it will retain a much brighter red color. Otherwise, it still has a reddish tinge to it. So, but that alone is, worthwhile if you're just trying to go for a reddish shade inside your aquarium while not wanting to invest heavily in a high-tech setup again. Something that I'm repeating again. Anyhow, that aside, this is a hardy plant. It's a really beautiful looking plant compared to most other stem plants. I prefer this one even compared to the normal Repens variety because this one has a very lush texture and is a bit more thick, if that makes sense, a bit broader leaves and all that stuff. So yeah, I've had much better experience with this plant compared to most other stem plants that I have used so far. You could say this is probably the best stem plant, low-tech stem plant I have planted to date.